the largest earthquakes ever to happen in Japan. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. That tsunami obviously engulfing Miyagi Prefecture, the Sendai area, a large amount of that area. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves are also recorded. We're going back to live pictures of downtown Tokyo in the Shibuya district. Looks like cars are moving along right outside of our NHK studios. We are seeing live footage of Tokyo. We're seeing more cars outside, and it looks like there could be a bit of a traffic jam we're seeing in downtown Shibuya area at this time. It looks like we're seeing a little bit more cars than usual during this time. The powerful earthquake has stopped the Shinkansen bullet train across the country and trains around the Tokyo area. East Japan Railway Company says that all Tohoku, Joetsu, and Nagano Shinkansen lines, that's all the northern lines, have been stopped. On the major Tokaido line, also all trains between Tokyo and Shin Osaka, that's to the southwest. All trains from Tokyo and Shin Osaka were stopped for security checks. Central Japan Railway Company later said part of the Tokaido line resumed operation. Now, the Tokyo Metro system also says all of its lines have been stopped, and officials are checking for security. The chief of the earthquake...
今回の地震は非常に大きな地震でしたので、津波が続く時間もかなり長くなると思われます。そういうことですので、避難を続けるようよろしくお願いします。それから注意報が出ている地域につきましては、海岸から離れて海の方に行かない、近づかないということでよろしくお願いします。それから強い揺れがあった地域につきましても、今後余震による強い揺れの可能性がありますので、その強い揺れに警戒してください。まだ非常に大きな地震でしたので、余震も大きな地震が起こる可能性がありますので、十分その揺れについても警戒してください。
You were just listening to the chief of the Earthquake Monitoring Department, Hirofumi Yokoyama, telling reporters in the press conference that the earthquake this time was extremely big, so the tsunami will last for a long time, and to please keep evacuating from the coastline in the case of a tsunami warning, and to stay away from the coastline. And look at that, what we see. Look at the Miyagi Prefecture at this time, a tsunami engulfing such a large part of the area. Homes being flooded along with farms in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai City. Major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon. With Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measured a magnitude 8.4, one of the largest to ever hit Japan. Agency issuing tsunami warnings due to situations like this, as you see. Our helicopters covering live in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan, in the Sendai area, where obviously a tsunami has engulfed a large and swept away a large part of the city. In other prefectures, including Iwate, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency warning that more tsunamis could reach between 6 and 10 meters. The agency warning that more tsunami could be reached to Japan. Japan's meteorological agency revising their earlier magnitude of the quake to 8.4 from 7.9, one of the largest to ever hit Japan. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center issuing a tsunami warning not just for Japan, where the tsunami has already hit and destroyed a large part of Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area. That's the area where we see live footage so far. We do not know the extent of the damage to the entire country. The Land Ministry says the powerful tsunami hit Sendai Airport that is located more than 2 kilometers from the shore. More than 2 kilometers from the shore. The tidal wave swept over its runways and carried cars into the airport compound. There have been no reports that any of the buildings at the airport, meanwhile, have collapsed. We do also not have information in regards to how many people have been injured. We're feeling aftershocks right now in the studio as we speak. The Pacific Warning Center has issued tsunami warning not just for Japan, but for Russia, Marcus Islands, Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. In Miyagi Prefecture, in northeastern Japan, the intensity was 7 on Japan's seismic scale of 0 to 7. That's the highest level on Japan's seismic scale and it's the same level as that hit the Great Hanshin earthquake in 1995. Obviously, someone inside that building waving a white towel, seeking help.
Obviously doing the right thing of moving to higher ground.
The meteorological agency so far says a 7.3 meter tsunami wave hit Fukushima Prefecture in northeastern Japan. In Iwate Prefecture, a tsunami of 4.1 meters struck land. The prefectures of Ibaraki, Miyagi, and Hokkaido in the north were all hit by waves of up to 4 meters. What we can visually know at this time is what you see on the screen, Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan, in the Sendai area, where a large part of the area has been engulfed by a tsunami and is now underwater. Meteorological agency says several tsunamis hit
The Japan coast along with other areas surrounding Japan. And for those of you that are anywhere close to the coastal areas, please do move to higher ground. We are seeing the effects of the tsunami already in Miyagi Prefecture from our live cameras on our helicopters in the Sendai area. Major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon. It happened about an hour and 50 minutes ago. We are still seeing tsunami, the effects of tsunamis coming after over an hour. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake was one of the largest, magnitude 8.4. It's been warning tsunami, it's been issuing tsunami warnings even after an hour and 40 minutes has passed since the earthquake hit northern Japan. Strong shakes were felt right here in our newsroom in Tokyo as well. The hardest hit, however, is Miyagi Prefecture, as you can see, in Sendai area, where a large tsunami has engulfed a big portion of the area. Farmland has been flooded along with homes, trucks, cars. We do not have the exact number of casualties at this time, but obviously the situation is extremely fluid and things can change as we speak. Friday afternoon, about an hour and 15 minutes ago, Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could reach between 6 and 10 meters. You're looking at footage from our helicopters, a live camera crew atop Miyagi Prefecture's Sendai area. In regards to the casualties, so far we know a woman is reported to have died after a building collapsed on her in Ibaraki Prefecture. That's a prefecture neighboring Tokyo. A woman is reported to have died after a building collapsed on her in Ibaraki Prefecture. It's a prefecture neighboring north of Tokyo. Obviously, information in regards to casualties is fluid, and we do not know the exact numbers at this time as tsunamis continue to hit northern areas of Japan. Major earthquake hitting Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. The agency issuing tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. Japan's police agency will dispatch a 900-strong emergency team to the quake-hit zone. It is also gathering disaster information from the emergency security headquarters.
And it looks like Japan's Prime Minister is ready to speak after the situation where where a magnitude 8.4 hit northern Japan about an hour and 50 minutes ago. We are waiting for Prime Minister Naoto Kan to speak. Earlier, Naoto Kan and his cabinet ministers have gathered at the Prime Minister's office where an emergency task force has been set up to respond to the earthquake.
Damage and prepare for possible tsunami or possible continued tsunami.
This is Prime Minister. The government will do everything possible to minimize the damage. It will do its utmost. The government will put its strength together and work hard in tackling this disaster. We therefore ask the people of Japan to exercise a spirit of fraternity, help each other, and to act fast, and to help one's family and neighbors. We should all help to minimize the damage. We ask you to act in such a way that it will be possible to minimize the damage. This will be my greetings as the head of the Disaster Relief Headquarters.
Prime Minister Naoto Kan there saying that he will do everything possible to aid of what happened at the situation, speaking there live. And right now, our helicopters in Sendai, Miyagi prefectures, covering the situation there live. A large tsunami hitting the area, sweeping away a large part of the city, washing away farms,
Cars, trucks, ships.
and it looks like some smoke billowing out of some
Earthquake in the afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measured 8.4. That happened about an hour and 55 minutes ago. They just warning for Japan's Pacific coasts. That tsunami already hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area, as you can see from our live cameras on our helicopters. The meteorological agency says a 7.3 meter tsunami wave hit Fukushima Prefecture in northeastern Japan. This is a look at Fukushima Prefecture, northeastern Japan. The meteorological agency says that a 7.3 meter tsunami wave hit Fukushima Prefecture, northeastern Japan. In other prefectures, Iwate Prefecture, a tsunami of 4.1 meters struck land. Prefecture of Ibaraki, Miyagi, Hokkaido in the north were all hit by waves of up to 4 meters.
相馬港です。こちらが相馬港です。ボイスキャプションです。相馬港です。
You're looking at live coverage from our helicopters up in Fukushima Prefecture. Smoke obviously billowing out from buildings after the earthquake and the tsunami hitting that area. Fires have not only been detected here but elsewhere throughout northern Japan, along with some buildings catching on fire. An oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture, where firefighters were still having trouble in being able to contain the inferno. And more than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There has also been massive power failure in areas hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. 5 nuclear power plants in the northern area have been shut down. Airports in Narita and Miyagi Prefecture are closed. 3 of the runways in Haneda Airport have been reopened, obviously for planes that have been circling around the top of the Tokyo city for them being able to land. You're seeing some fires in Fukushima Prefecture. Our planes covering fires breaking out in Fukushima Prefecture, northern Japan, where an earthquake, not only an earthquake, but a tsunami has hit the area.
あ、すみません、福島空港に